DC Comics is the publisher with the most characters to its credit. Despite this, the writers and creatives do not usually give much importance to most of these, preferring to bring us stories of the main heroes of the publisher. Today we will talk about one of DC's most unknown heroes, who despite having appeared in animated series and various comics, is extremely unknown, and often confused with the Joker. The Creeper is a superhero that debuted in the now-defunct DC Showcase number 73 from 1968. This was created by Steve Ditko for the story titled, Beware the Creeper. In this comic we met Jack Ryder, a host of a talk show that was broadcast in Gotham City. He was fired after a problem with one of the guests who turned out to be a friend of one of the producers of the program. Ryder got a new job at the station as an investigative reporter and tried to rescue Drive Yates, who had been kidnapped by mobsters to steal his latest invention. The mafia leader was holding a costume party at his house. In order to enter, Jack wore a yellow cloth and makeup, a green wig and underpants, gloves, and boots to simulate a disguise. Surprisingly, Jack's plan was successful and he found Dr. Yates, but the mobsters had already noticed his presence and attacked him. Seeing the young man who risked his life to save him in that state, the doctor decided to inject him with the experiment that the mafia was looking for, a serum capable of healing any wound, as well as increasing people's strength, resistance and agility. Yates gave Ryder a device capable of materializing and dematerializing his suit. Unfortunately, the doctor passed away shortly after saving the boy. Ryder managed to defeat the gangsters and escape the place, but due to his appearance he was nicknamed the Creeper and blamed for Yates' demise. After seeing that he could make his suit appear and disappear at will, Ryder decided to use his powers to stop Gotham's criminals. He often uses his hideous appearance, along with a hysterical laugh, to scare off thieves, who often believe he is a ghost.
You know the best way to deal with bugs, Batman? Stomp them!
The character received an acceptable reception from readers, so DC gave the green light for a 6-issue miniseries titled, Beware the Creeper, published in 1968. Steve Ditko wrote the central plot, which was developed by Dennis O'Neil. In this story we see the Creeper face his first supervillain, Proteus, who possessed abilities similar to those of a chameleon. Following this, the Creeper had a brief encounter with Batman in the pages of The Brave and the Bold number 80. They formed a friendship and even the Dark Knight supported the Creeper in his attempt to join the Justice League, but unfortunately, he was not accepted. The Creeper had a few brief cameos in various stories until Detective Comics number 418 saw how the device that allowed him to change his appearance stopped working, leaving Jack trapped in his hero form, which was driving him crazy. Luckily, Batman helped him repair the artifact. After Crisis on Infinite Earths, the Creeper's origin was rewritten. Now, the character was no longer acting erratically to scare the criminals, but had genuinely gone mad. Jack's descent into madness was explored in The Creeper, a 12-issue series written by Len Kaminski. In future installments we are shown another origin of the character. Here, Jack Ryder was injured and drugged by some criminals he was investigating. Dr. Yates saved the researcher's life by implanting 2 devices inside his body, one that gave him his powers and another that made his disguise appear and disappear. The doctor was unable to determine what the drugs were inside Jack's body, so he was unable to neutralize them. This causes every time Jack transforms into the Creeper, the substances reappear in his body, which drives him insane until he returns to his human form. Over time, the substances become stronger, causing Jack to believe that he and the Creeper are 2 different people. The most popular origin of the character took place in the classic Batman series where the Joker throws Jack into a container of chemicals, causing him to go just as crazy as the villain. The toxin granted him superhuman powers. He went to a clothing store where he got his characteristic suit and decides to take revenge on those who turned him into a monster. He feels a great attraction to Harley Quinn, who constantly rejects his displays of affection.
Not me. I'm one of a kind, Toots.
What do you want?
The inside story on the Joker. Also your phone number.
Ow.
During the restructuring of the New 52, a new origin for the Creeper was introduced, one more focused on magic. In Katana number 3 we see the entity known as the Creeper, a mystical demon called Oni from another reality. It came to Earth in 16th century Japan through a space rift. In a time ravaged by famine, tornadoes, and other catastrophes, the demon Oni assumed the form of a boy named Jaku. After 20 years causing chaos, Oni was discovered by a samurai and imprisoned in the mystical sword Soultaker. Then the sword fell into the hands of Katana. During a fight with Killer Croc, the sword broke, freeing its denizens, including the Creeper. Around this time, Jack Ryder, a television show host, was killed while reporting on a giant monster. When Ryder's body was shipped to San Francisco, the Creeper took possession of it and resurrected it. Now Ryder was torn between two identities, his ordered civilian life and the chaotic existence of the Creeper. While this version of the hero had a much more interesting story, DC decided to return to his origin and classic appearance in the Rebirth era, returning to being an investigator who gained superpowers during a case. He even got to work alongside the Red Hood Outlaws for a while. In addition to superhuman strength and agility, the Creeper boasts an accelerated healing factor. He is capable of recovering from a gunshot wound in a matter of minutes. In recent versions he seems to have acquired mild hypnosis, plus his laughter can stun his opponents. As you can see, the Creeper is a very interesting character who has suffered from many reboots trying to give him a place in the DC universe. Although his appearance in the Batman series helped him become more well-known among fans, it also caused many to remember him solely for his participation in said series, being considered as one of the filler characters in Batman. In addition to this, the animators of the series played with the resemblance of the Creeper and Joker, making them even more similar. This has caused several comic artists to also draw him similar to the Clown Prince, which is why fans constantly refer to him as a copy of the Joker. For now, that has been all for this video. If you are interested in learning more about this character, we recommend reading Showcase number 80, as well as the Beware the Creeper miniseries. As a bonus, you can watch Batman, the Animated Series Season 3, Episode 23. Although this episode detracted from the character in the long run, it is quite an entertaining episode.
He's a lunatic! Baby, on you even garbage looks good.
Go away.
Let us know what your favorite version of Creeper is and why. We are the Comics Awakens and we will see you in the next video.